do? I said, I'm not gonna see them.
We got a really, well, Emma, who was staying at the hostel, had arranged a ride with Dave, who had driven her into Big Bear Lake the day before. So it was a really easy ride out, and then I was walking with her for quite a while, talking about a bunch of things for a couple hours, talking about trail, talking about other outdoorsy things, talking about ultra running, which was really, really fun. And now I'm just cranking out some miles. I'm gonna get to the creek in a mile and a half-ish, and probably do lunch there, and then keep going. And I'm honestly kind of like on a roll today, and so I might do a 20, even though I planned on just doing like 15, 16. I wasn't sure what time I'd get out this morning, but we got out pretty early, and I'm feeling really good, even though I have a decent food carry. It's honestly not too heavy, probably because I've been overbuying on food every single time. But yeah, we'll see how the day goes. I got 2 chicken bacon ranch hot pockets that I packed out for lunch because I bought them for yesterday's lunch and I never ate them, and a Nutter Butter, and I'm gonna make some lemonade. It's we've gone like 9 miles, and it's nice because there's a water source here, and then the next water source is only 11 miles from here, which would make it 20. So I think I'm just gonna go to that water source to camp, and that's like perfect, especially because today has been pretty cruisy, and I think spirits will remain relatively high. So it's gonna be a good day. It is a good day. It's gorgeous. It's like 2:15, and I've got like 5 miles left to camp, all at a slight downhill. Today's just been great. I've been rocking and rolling. Lunch break was really good. Emma sat with me for lunch for a while, and then we hiked together a little bit more, and now I'm hiking alone again. But I think she's going to the same camp place, which is great. It's been really beautiful. There were a bunch of views of Big Bear Lake for a while, and now we're more just back into the trees, which are also beautiful, a ton of conifers. Yeah, so today has been pretty good. The temps aren't too bad either, and I won't be dry camping tonight, which is a win. So yeah. I got water at the place I was supposed to camp, but I didn't want to camp there because it was right next to a dirt road, and this old shirtless guy rolled up in his white van, and I just felt like I better find somewhere else to camp. But there should be spots within the next mile or so at the most, so honestly, next thing I see I'm taking. So I passed a group of 4 hikers, and one of them apparently got a fire evacuation notice that disappeared quickly and didn't have a location, and no one else got it, and it seems like blue skies, and it's not smelling any sort of way. So we were hoping it's a fluke. I just in-reach messaged my parents to see if they can check online, because I don't have service, to see if there are any wildfires vaguely nearby, because that's a scary message for even one person to get, even if it's like probably not a thing, but we don't know. Yeah. So that's a little scary. So I'm gonna assume it's fine, and then do something, and then but be ready to pull some like ultra shit if I need to. Yeah, and thankfully it wouldn't be. I mean, you would need a few hours, but like you could get into Big Bear probably in 10 miles through like forest roads and cutting down at least to get to the lake itself and then hitch somewhere else. So like I'm gonna be looking at plans just in case, but I hope it's a non-issue. I have like a plan using the fire roads that would probably only take me 4 or 5 miles to get to the north side, to like a residential area in the north side of Big Bear Lake, which I don't think is too bad. I'm a little freaked out, just because, like, you know, we hope it's a fluke, we think it's a fluke because only one person got it, but also no one has service, but the one person who got it didn't have service, like was on airplane mode, and no one else got it, so we're hoping it's a fluke, but also it's like, this is the PCT, like, wildfires happen all the time, and like they can pop up like next to you, and like I know, you know, some of the folks that I like did the AT with, like Pippin, I remember did the PCT 1 or 2 years after that, and like she has stories of like waking up to a bunch of smoke and having to like evac in the middle of the night in a pretty gnarly way. So it's like, it's real. Anyway, yeah, it's real. Also, on a different note, complain about my shoes. These were new when the trail started, and I used Solomon's all throughout my AT through hike, and I've loved them. But somehow, after only 260 miles, they're kind of trashed. The lace broke on this one, and I repaired it. The lace just broke on this one, I found out as I took my gaiter off, and so I will need to repair it. And the tread is coming off the bottoms. Which is crazy to me because on the AT, this is all I wore, and they always lasted me like minimum 700 miles, and like one pair I even got 1,000 miles out of, and standard is like 500, so I don't know what the hell is going on, but I've emailed REI and I'm hoping they'll help sort me out, and I'm hoping it's a one-time thing and not like a general decline in production, because I did pre-buy a bunch of them because I know that they work really well for me usually when they don't degrade after 200 miles. Yeah, I'm trying to like still be chill, because then, you know, once someone mentions the fire alert thing, you're like kind of gaslighting yourself, because you're like, oh, it's you know, it's blue skies and it smells normal, but then you're like, oh, but if you look over there at just the right angle, it looks a little hazy. And like, if I ask myself 5 times if I smell smoke, like, I certainly don't, but like something in your brain kind of starts going, well, like, what if you do actually? What if it does? So I'm trying to, like, you know, you want to be safe, but you don't want to preemptively, you certainly don't want to freak out, and you don't really want to preemptively, like, evac or do something like that. It's kind of weird, but that's how I'm feeling. But it's freaky. I just got the fire evac warning. I still don't have any service, and I don't really know what it means. It gave me some street names that I'm going to try to find on my maps and see how close it actually is. And it said downgrade to a evacuation warning, and I don't know in the context of fire evac what that means. Other things, watch versus warning. Warning means like it's here, do it, versus watch is like you're just, or is it the other way around? No, I think warning is when it's happening. Anyway, I'm gonna check my maps, hike back to the water source where I think other people are camping, try to convene with them and see what the plan is, and then maybe ditch. We'll see. But I'm gonna definitely go back a mile to the campsite. I walked back not even the full way that I thought I would have to, but I found some other hikers camping and they told me it's in Riverside, which was good to know because my maps were not without Wi-Fi. I couldn't search for the street names. And so that's good to know. It's not immediate, obviously, like there are blue skies here and stuff like that. But Riverside is still only like 30 miles away as the crow flies, which is not far, particularly for fires. I can't tell from the alert if it's, well, I think it's a wildfire. It's a little confusing because the alert says like, you know, these 4 streets or whatever are on an evacuation warning, which is very specific, which makes me think that it's just like residential or suburban, which is to say contained. But then again, it also like has a name like Crossings Fire, which I feel like is often like for wildfires, and it could be like a wildfire encroaching on that area. And so I really don't know or understand from the, you know, short phone warning that you get, but I think I'm gonna just stay here. That seems like what everyone else is doing, and also I think it's nice to know that like, hey, like I can get to the north side of Big Bear Lake in like 6 miles max, if I need to. So I'll try to sleep tonight. It might be hard. But yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna leave this vlog, barring any unexpected nighttime fire evacuation. The good thing is that like after we're like the whole next stretch during the day, there's like a really pretty good amount of places to bail at any point, which makes me feel better. Yeah, the only weird thing is just like the nights, because you're like literally asleep and like fires can move really fast. But I'm hoping just tomorrow at some point I'll get service during the day, and then hopefully I can at least get a little more context for the fire, because like I said, there really isn't many details off of like an iPhone emergency alert, you know, as to like, is it contained, is it traveling, is it a wildfire, was it literally just like a residential neighborhood? Like, I don't know. But hopefully tomorrow some more general context will give some more information on like how closely to even follow it, or like how much of a threat it even is. And then like we can go from there. But it's nice. Yeah, during the day there's plenty of places to bail. It's literally just, I think, this first night that's like weird, because I have virtually no information other than there is a fire 30 miles from you. Who knows what else, or how fast it's traveling, or if it's contained or what. And it's like, you know, it doesn't seem bad enough, and so I'm just going to bed. But then I'm like, fires travel fast. Like, you can go 30 miles in an hour, right? Or a couple hours at least. So I think it's fine, but it's got me stressing a little.